They say the most dangerous smile is the one that comes right after heartbreak, the kind of smile that says, "You think you broke me, but you just built something stronger." It was 2 a.m. when his phone buzzed. One new message. She said, "You'll regret losing me." He read it twice, locked the screen, and whispered to himself, "I already don't." 10 minutes later, her name flashed again, 20 missed calls, one after another. But by then, the man she once knew was already gone, and this is how she learned what real regret feels like. When Ryan met Claire, she wasn't just another girl. She was gravity. Everything about her pulled him in. Her smile, her ambition, her wild energy that made even ordinary days feel like something worth remembering. He'd just started his small logistics company, barely paying rent, but she made him believe he could do anything. She used to say, "One day, you'll be someone everyone knows." And he believed her, because she made him feel like success wasn't a dream. It was a promise. For years, he worked himself to the bone. Long nights, empty takeout boxes, and endless phone calls to clients who barely remembered his name. But every time he looked at her, he felt it was worth it. Because in his head, they were building something together. But somewhere along the line, she changed. The woman who once waited up for him started sighing when he came home late. The dinners got quieter. The "I love yous" became routine, then rare, then vanished completely. He noticed her phone lighting up more often, her laughter quieter but sharper. He didn't ask who it was. Deep down, he already knew. Then one night, over a half-eaten dinner, she looked at him with that cold, tired smile and said, "Ryan, I think I've outgrown you. You're too focused on work. You don't make me feel special anymore." He just sat there, silent. Everything inside him wanted to scream. To ask her why she couldn't see that everything he was building was for her. But instead, he just said softly, "After everything I gave up for us, you're really walking away?" She stood up, grabbed her bag, and said, "You'll regret losing me." The door closed. And for the first time in years, Ryan sat in silence. But the thing about silence, it can either destroy you or rebuild you. At first, the nights were brutal. He'd wake up reaching for her side of the bed, only to find it cold. The apartment smelled like her perfume for weeks. He'd scroll through her pictures and wonder what went wrong. But slowly, something inside him started to shift. He stopped asking why. He started asking, what now? He hit the gym. Again, he rebuilt his business. Strategy. He took risks he'd been too scared to take before. And one deal led to another, and then another. Within 6 months, his company wasn't just surviving, it was dominating. New clients, new offices, new life. He didn't post about it. He didn't brag. He let success make the noise for him. And while he was busy leveling up, Claire was spiraling down. The man she left him for turned out to be just another pretty face with empty promises. He partied, lied, cheated, and disappeared before her first rent payment was due. Her friends, the ones who told her she deserved better, slowly drifted away. She went from luxury brunches to microwave dinners, from makeup tutorials to tearful posts about healing and growth. But you can't heal when your guilt keeps replaying like a movie you can't turn off. And then, she saw it, his name, everywhere. A magazine headline, "Ryan Carter, from garage to global." His face, his story, his success. The man she once called too simple was now the man everyone wanted to interview. She sent him a message. "Hey, I saw the article. I'm proud of you." He read it. He didn't reply. She sent another. "I still think about you sometimes." He ignored it. That silence drove her insane. Because deep down, she wanted him to need her again. She wanted to matter. But Ryan was no longer the man who needed her validation. He had outgrown the pain she left him with. One night, drunk and nostalgic, she called. "I know you're still there. Ryan, you can't just stop loving someone like that." He picked up this time. "Claire, you were right. I did outgrow something, but it wasn't you who outgrew me. It was me who outgrew the version of myself that kept chasing people who didn't value me." She went silent. He ended the call. Months later, they met again, by accident, at a business gala downtown. She wore her best dress, perfect makeup, that same practiced smile, but he didn't even blink. He was with someone else, Emily, a woman who didn't need to be shown off to feel special. Claire froze when she saw them. He walked by, confident, calm, and untouchable. After the event, she caught up to him outside. "Ryan, please. Can we talk?" He turned, his expression polite but distant. "About what?" She hesitated. "I miss us. I made a mistake." He looked at her the way you look at a closed door, with quiet understanding and zero intention of opening it again. "You didn't just make a mistake, Claire. You made a choice, and choices have consequences." She stepped closer. "I can change." He smiled, that same half-smile from the night she left. "Maybe you can. But not for me." He walked away, leaving her standing there in the rain, her makeup smudged, her voice trembling, her pride shattered. That night she called him 20 times, each ring a reminder of the words she once said, "You'll regret losing me." But the truth was brutal. He didn't regret anything. He was finally free. She was the one who couldn't sleep, staring at her phone, realizing the silence she once gave him had now come back louder than ever. Ryan moved on, not out of revenge, but out of peace. His success became his revenge. His happiness became his weapon. His silence became her punishment. Weeks turned into months, and she kept watching his life from behind a screen. New office, new car, new love. He looked happier than ever, and she looked like a ghost of who she used to be. One night, she messaged again, "Do you ever think about me?" He replied once, short and simple, "Only when I remember how far I've come." That was it. The final nail. The end of her story in his book. She cried that night, not because he hurt her, but because he didn't. Because she realized too late that the man she thought was replaceable had become unforgettable. You see, regret doesn't hit you when someone leaves. It hits when you finally understand what you lost and know it's never coming back. Ryan never needed revenge. He just needed distance. And that distance became her nightmare. Every time she saw his success, every time she scrolled past his photos, every time she heard his name, it burned a little deeper. She once said, "You'll regret losing me." But now it's her voice that cracks at 2 a.m., her hands that shake while typing his name, her tears that fall into a phone that never rings back. Because in the end, he didn't just move on, he leveled up, and she finally understood. The worst kind of revenge is watching the person you underestimated become everything you'll never have again. And that's why every night she cries.